Company branding is an essential part of marketing and can be a major factor whether your company succeeds or fails. Branding can influence or even change how people think about and perceive your company, and that goes both ways. Meaning, if you're successful with your efforts, potential customers will come away with a generally positive view of you. But if your branding is not quite up to snuff, they could end up having a negative view of your company or not even fully understand who you are or what you do. Now, this is a pretty well-known fact in the world of marketing, and it's exactly why so many companies out there spend so much time, money, and effort on creating and curating their brand. Are you? If not, you should be. But the one aspect that can get overlooked, even by the pros, has to do not with how potential or existing customers see you, but how your current and possibly future employees see your company. That's right. Today, we're tackling employer branding. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Recruiting Roundup, where every month we're back with another recruiting or talent acquisition topic. Sound like something you'd like to see more of? Well, I got good news for you. If you happen to be watching on YouTube, all you have to do is click that subscribe button and the little bell for notifications, and you'll never miss a new episode of our show. And hey, while you're at it, could you do me a kindness? Go ahead and like and share the video too. And if you're over on our site, you can sign up for our newsletter to get a sampling of our new content every single month. There's a little checkbox in the consultation form down below. Now that we got all of that out of the way, let's get back to the subject at hand, employer branding.
The suspense is terrible.
He's gonna go this time.
I hope it'll last.
When it comes down to it, your employer brand is basically how the talent market sees you as an employer. It's how you're perceived by those you employ and or wish to employ. Employer branding is how you try to actively manage that reputation. And I'm not just blowing smoke here when I say that employer branding is important. For instance, did you know that according to a recent report, when looking for jobs, 76% of seekers researched a company's employer brand in 2023? It's a lot, I know. And it's also a pretty sizable jump of 24% compared to the 2022 results.
But wait, there's more.
87% of those who checked on employer brands also reported that they'd be less likely to apply if the company had negative reviews. And that too is a big jump compared to the previous year's results of 58%. That's a 29% increase. But hey, it's not all bad. Remember how I said it works both ways? 96% said they'd be more likely to apply if there was a favorable employer brand, and 92% said they would consider leaving their current job for a company that had a better reputation. Now, that's a lot of numbers and information in a short period of time, I know. And if you check around on the web, there are several different studies and reports that have slightly varying results, but they all seem to be in the ballpark of what I just shared with you. So I say all that to say this. If you need hires, if you're on the hunt for talent, you have to make sure that your reputation or your employer brand is an asset and not a hindrance. And let's be clear, you're not just looking for talent. You want the best talent available, but not every qualified applicant will be a great fit for your company. So when you're trying to build up that employer brand, there's a few really important things you need to focus on. First and foremost is clearly communicating your values. What matters to you as a company? Are there things you value more than others? Are there things you participate in as a company that would attract more like-minded people? Think charity participation, company-wide events, even things like work attire. Tell potential hires what matters to you and how you operate to give them a better feeling of what you're all about. You'll also need to focus on not just hiring talent, but keeping it, which means keeping those lines of communication open for employees. If there's issues that pop up, address them. Do all you can to make sure that your team knows they're valued and they're not expendable. This type of stuff really helps build up and create a company culture that's unique to you. If your current employees are happy and you're able to convey exactly who you are and what's important to you as a company and employer, you'll be able to keep those valued employees, increase the positive perception of your employer brand, and because of that, be able to attract and retain the best available talent. If you work at it and you're able to build up that strong employer brand, it not only provides you with great talent, but it can save you a pretty penny too. Companies with a strong employer brand had a 43% decrease in cost per hire as of December 2023. To get the hires you're after and benefit of those savings, you also need to focus on something I covered last time, making your application and hiring process candidate-centric. Make it about your talent and not you. Do your best to make your application process as painless as possible, make sure all your forms and apps are mobile-friendly or responsive, and build recruiting calls around meaningful conversations and not just checking off boxes. Next, we come back to what matters most to you. Do you strive to make a larger impact on the world? Highlight what it is you're passionate about and what you're trying to do. It can make a big difference. According to LinkedIn, 68% of job seekers align their job searches with issues they care about. Meaning if they care about what you care about, not only are they probably going to be a better fit, but they're also going to be more likely to choose you over the competition. Then there's those things like benefits. What do you offer? Do you do things differently from other companies? How? Why? Things that make you different are good, not bad. And finally, ask your employees and those you interview what they think you excel at and where they think you come up a little short. And don't just ask. Once you get the input, actually take what you've learned and put it into practice. If you find out that most of your employees love working for you, but they had a terrible experience with onboarding and initial training, do what you can to improve it and fix it.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
All right.
Not only will this make for a more positive experience for new hires, but it will also show that you are listening and actively taking steps to improve your processes based on feedback, which of course will lead to a more positive overall experience and increase your employer brand. It all comes back together. Now, there's a lot more we could cover on this subject, but we would be here all day. If you're struggling to find talent, or maybe more importantly, find the right talent, maybe taking a look at and focusing on your employer brand is a step you need to take. There's plenty of material out there on the web you can peruse, or hey, if you'd like a hand, you can always let us know too. There's a consultation link in the description on YouTube and a form down below if you happen to be on our site. If you want some help or you would like to know more about employer branding and how to get started, let us know. We'd love to help. That'll just about do it for us on this episode, but we will be back next month with another topic on another edition of the Recruiting Roundup. Until then, you can watch some of our previous episodes and check out some of our other videos like listening in or digging deeper. Thanks for watching. See you next time.